A U.S. District Court judge overturning an earlier decision ruling that the NFL's TV contracts violate the CBA. What does this mean in terms of the labor negotiations?
Yeah, and what Judge David Doty, the U.S. District Court judge, ruled is that the $4 billion that the NFL had negotiated with its TV network partners basically violated what they call the SSA, that's Settlement and Stipulation and Settlement Agreement, which stemmed out of the Reggie White antitrust lawsuit, which led to that 1993 collective bargaining agreement and all this labor piece we'd have up to right now. Now, I can tell you that owners and management had told me they anticipated that Judge Doty, who they've always felt was player-friendly, union-friendly, would make this decision and that it would be no big deal, that they're ready to appeal it to the appellate court. But I know from talking to people on the player side, and one player representative in particular in the last 15, 20 minutes, the players consider this huge, and one even said it's a potential game changer, that it will hopefully motivate the owners over the next 24 hours to get this collective bargaining agreement done. And the reason why is, regardless of whether the owners really need this money during the lockout, if they don't get an agreement done before the owners can lock out, the players plan to decertify so that they can remain in Judge David Doty's court, and that's something that the owners certainly would like to avoid. So maybe some good comes out of it. The owners will downplay it.
That is a big chunk of money that the owners aren't going to get. You've been on this for quite a while. What does your gut tell you how this might impact the owners locking out the players?
Well, I think the biggest impact would be the fear that if the union decertified before the lockout, before the deadline at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, that part of the strategy there is so that the case would basically go into Judge David Doty's courtroom. I think Judge Doty scares the owners maybe more than this particular idea that they won't have access to the regular TV payments of $4 billion. But Judge Doty also mentioned damages at some point. So I think it's basically a shot across their bow once again that if this ends up in Judge Doty's court, then their chances of being leveraged on this deal in favor of the players is pretty significant. Like I say, I've talked to management and owners leading up to this. They anticipated that Judge Doty might rule this way. They have an appeal ready to go to get it overturned. Whether they can or not remains to be seen. And in the meantime, the clock is ticking, and the players are hopeful that if the owners have a really, here's our best offer, and the best offer is reasonable, I think the players are certainly hopeful that a collective bargaining agreement can be reached before they would decertify.
The clock is ticking. He's our NFL insider, Chris Mortensen, with the very latest on labor talks. Thank you, Chris.